welcome back to my witchy world, witches. We are back with another video today. December just ended and you know what time it is. It is time to do our battle of the boxes for the month of December. Which box won this month? Guess you'll have to stay tuned and find out. But before you do that, make sure you give this video a like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and stick around, be a part of the Karma Fam, and leave a comment down below if you have anything nice you want to say. Other than that, let's get into it. All right, you guys, so today we are going to do the battle of the boxes for the month of December. I'm gonna try and keep this super short. The last one that we did it was like an hour long or something like that. And that's a little excessive just to go over some subscription boxes that we already did their own videos for. So let's try and keep this short and sweet. There are certain topics that I talk about every month that I think are sort of important for everyone, things that everybody wants to know about the boxes. So we will go over all of those, and then at the end I will tell you what I consider to be the top box to buy for beginners. So those topics are, I'm gonna scoot over actually a little bit so we can do what we did last time and give us a little list here. So the topics are pricing. We'll go over who has best pricing. And then we will go over the amount of items included in the box, as well as what is included in the box, if it states that. We will go on the, we'll talk about the information, like the information pages that they give us. Are they detailed enough? Do they help us? You know, things like that. And, you know, kind of rate them. What I'll probably do is like the ratings, I'll probably put on the screen, but I'm probably just going to talk to you in no particular order, but pay attention to the ratings on the screen because those will be like your key, like number one is your winner for that topic. So we're also going to talk about whether they had a theme, whether they had a ritual. We're going to talk about the packaging. Was it discreet or was it in your face, like what you're getting in the mail? I will talk about my favorite items from the boxes. I pick one from each box that I got. And then we'll go over my personal favorite themes. And then, like I said, we will go over the overall favorite box of the month. Or like the box that I think you should purchase type deal, based solely off of the month of December and what we got in the month of December. So without further ado, let's get into these lists. All right, so list number one is pricing. We have the Witch's Moon. So there are 3 boxes from the Witch's Moon. We have the Witch's Moon box, the Witch's Roots, and the Witch's Bounty. The Witch's Moon is $54 a month, including the shipping. Witch's Roots is $29 a month, including the shipping. And the Witch's Bounty is $78, including shipping. So, and then we have the Box of Shadows. Now, December was a little bit of a unique month with the Box of Shadows. Basically, I got my monthly box from them and totally forgot that I had ordered their Yuletide Goddess box, which is supposed to be like a bigger box. It's a one-time purchase. I wanted to see if that box is any better than the monthly box and so on and so forth. So the Box of Shadows monthly box is $44 $5.99 plus $8 in shipping. The box of Shadows Yuletide we're just gonna call it the Yuletide box, so keeps it shorter. The Yuletide box was $109.99 plus $10 in shipping. Then it was Sacred Space Crate. They are always $54 that includes the shipping. Then it's Sacred Isium at $75 plus $8 in shipping. And the next box we did was the Witches box, and that was $75 with shipping. So the Witches Roots and the Witches box were both new additions to this month. So this is the first time we're doing the Battle of the Boxes for those boxes. All right, so the amount of products and the products that are included in every box. The Witch's Moon always has a candle, always has a crystal, always has herbs, always has some sort of talisman. It always has incense, always has tools, and sometimes other items. It's usually around 8 to 10 items per box. The Witch's Roots is like 7 to 8 items. They usually have the featured herb that they're giving you for that month, because that's what it focuses on. Custom artwork that's usually dedicated to that specific herb. Custom body oil. There's usually an intention stone or crystal, a candle, incense, and some sort of talisman, among other things. So the month of December, they had the seashell box in there as well, which is obviously not one of these items. So it's around, let's just say 8. We'll just say 8. So approximately 8 for the Witch's Moon, approximately 8 for the Witch's Roots, and then the Witch's Bounty is the only things that they state that are like going to be in the box are obviously the pendant, obviously a crystal that goes along with the pendant, and the anointing oil for the pendant. Sometimes they come with candles. Usually they come with candles because it's part of the ritual anointing process. And then sometimes there's maybe other stuff, but nothing is mandatory. The oil, the crystal, and the pendant, I know for a fact, are there. So let's just say it's like approximately 3 to 4 items in that box. The box of Shadows, for both the monthly and the Yuletide, it does not specify how many items are supposed to be in that box, and it doesn't specify what items are supposed to be in that box. It only states that it follows SBOTs and Sabbats, but they can give you as little or as much as they want in there. Now, I've never gotten one of their boxes where there was like 2 items or anything like that, but it would be nice to know what we should expect from our boxes. Personal opinion. Sacred Space Crate always includes the calendar, always includes incense, oil, candle, some sort of monthly spell ritual in it, and it's usually in the paperwork that they give you that tells you about the items. And it comes with the items for the spell. Usually comes with a pendant or a crystal or both. It usually comes with 2 beauty products of some sort and altar items of some sort. There is usually approximately 8 to 10 items. I actually have a Sacred Space box sitting right next to me because I just filmed with them. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the calendar is actually 11. So let's just call it 8 to 10 products, but I've never gotten a box from them where I wasn't like, holy crap, there's a lot of products in here, because they usually have a crap ton of products in their boxes. So yeah, let's go with 10. They have usually 10 products in their box. All right, so my camera died. Don't know where I left off, so let's go back to Sacred Isium. Sacred Isium always states that they include 8 to 10 items, and they are usually candles, incense, oils, crystals, some sort of tools, and some sort of talismans. They're pretty they're pretty consistent with that. Literally everything that they say that is going to be in the box is usually in the box. So The Witches box was actually new to me, and it was actually very exciting because they were very, very unique. The Witches box stated that they usually put 1 to 2 full-sized jars of herbs in there, which they did. Incense, there's potions, there's a ritual, and it always includes the items for the ritual. So there can be 6 items for the ritual, there could be 3 items, there could be 2, whatever. They include all of the items for the ritual. So yeah, so like approximately all of the bigger boxes have about 8 to 10 items in them. I don't think I did the math on that when I did the Battle of the Boxes for November, so I wanted to do that for this month so that it made it more explanatory. Anyway, on to the next section. We have detailed information on the products. Basically what I mean by that is when you get your little cheat sheets on, this is for the January box from Sacred Space Crate, but when you get your little cheat sheets that tell you about all the product information, how was it? Is it good? Is it informative? Is it shitty? Things like that. So let's go over that. Now this section will have it'll have a rating on it. So we have the Witch's Moon, the Witch's Roots, and the Witch's Bounty. They're all from the same company, so we're just going to group them as the Witch's Moon for this particular subject. They are very detailed. They've been doing this for a while now, so they know. They're also one of the companies that will watch YouTube videos like this one, get feedback from the people that they watch it from. They do respond and have responded on some of my videos before, and to kind of correct information or let me know if I had questions. They answered them. They listened to my feedback. So one of the feedbacks that I had, I don't remember for what box it was, I believe it was for the Witch's Moon specifically, they gave us tea, and I was really excited about the tea because it was loose tea and I don't really use loose tea. Anyway, they gave us the tea and I was like, how much am I supposed to put for a cup of tea? Because it didn't say. The following month they issued that tea. They actually put in there a little note that says use, I think it was like 1 teaspoon or something like that of the leaves, and that should give you the right flavor that you're looking for, basically. So they listened to feedback. I can't take full credit for that. I don't know if other people said anything like I did, but I know that I did in one of my videos, and it was one of the videos that they had commented on and gave me the feedback for the tea, which was wonderful. I love it when people reach out to me and tell me what I need to know. So very, very good. They're very good with that. The Box of Shadows, both the monthly and the Yule. The monthly had, so the monthly does come with a sheet of paper. It did have slight information on the bell that they issued. I think it had a little bit on the herbs. I don't really remember because, to be honest with you, I didn't film a video for the monthly box. I was that disappointed in it that I didn't even put it up. So I don't really know too much, but I did film a video on the Yuletide box from Box of Shadows, which was the bigger box, and there was no information, none. It just listed the products that you were getting in the box. Now, with that box, it came with a lot of wonderful, wonderful products in it that are like handmade. I think there was a spray in it, there was oils in it, all wonderful, and I use them on a daily basis. I love them. My suggestion, go to the actual company themselves and get the information that you need from them, because the Box of Shadows does not put any information in the box. They throw some stuff in a box and they ship it to you telling you what's in it, and that's it. You're on your own from there. Beginner or expert, either way, you're on your own. I try to stay as positive as I can, but I'm just giving you the facts. So that is them. Sacred Space Crate, very detailed. Always, so Melissa herself will always contact me. I don't even have to reach out to her. She watches the videos out there, you guys, and she will contact you, or me specifically, and she always answers my questions that I have in the videos. I don't even have to contact her. So she is super receptive to questions and comments, concerns and feedback and all that stuff. And I can't tell you how many times that I have said something that was like, you know, positive critiques or like helpful advice that she, next thing you know, in the paperwork, it was in there. So I love her and I support her fully because she puts so much pride and effort and time and sweat and everything into her box, and it really does show. Sacred Isium, again, very detailed. It comes with a long sheet that tells you of everything that's in there. On top of the sheet, on all the little herbs and things like that, they always put a label on it that tells you what it is. And then underneath of it, it tells you exactly what it's used for. So it's right in front of your face. You don't even have to refer to the sheet. So they give you double the amount of information, which is excellent, and I love that. The Witch's box was actually kind of interesting. It was different. So when you get the box in, it gives you like your introductory sheet with the list at the bottom, at least this is how it was for me, that tells you everything that's in the box. But it doesn't give you information on the products involved in the box. Now, with that being said, Elena is the one who is, I guess, the owner of this company. She writes you like a little letter beforehand and she tells you exactly why she's giving you all this stuff in the box. She just doesn't explain each individual thing. Then, so you're looking at the first page and you're like, oh, this is horrible. It gives me no information. Then you switch over to the next couple of sheets and she gives you individual Book of Shadows pages for everything you need. So she gives you an individual sheet for the ritual that she wants you to do from the box. Then she gives you an individual sheet for the herbs that are in the box. So each one has its own individual page. And that is where all of the information comes from. As far as the other stuff, if she includes crystals and potions and things like that, or any other ritual items or things like that, there wasn't like I don't think there was really anything included in the box other than the herbs that you would need information on. So the other stuff was just kind of self-explanatory. Like one of them was a veil. It was like a white veil. And then she told you in the ritual what she wanted you to do. Like the veil was included to be a part of the ritual. So she told you why you needed it. So I don't think it was anything that didn't have information on it. It wasn't necessary to have information on it because it was self-explanatory. That is that. As far as themes go, every single box had a theme. I'm not going to go into what the themes are in this section because I do tell you what my favorite themes were and I rate them, so you'll find out what they are from that section. The rituals as far as each one having one, they all had a ritual except for the Yuletide Goddess box from the Box of Shadows, which was the biggest and most expensive box of the whole month. No ritual. Which means they just threw whatever they wanted in there, basically. So they kind of everything that they put in there pertained to Yule, but there was no set ritual for it that I can think of off the top of my head. I haven't checked, and to be honest with you, I think I threw out the card by accident. I don't know. I think I thought it was an advertisement and threw it out. But I'm almost positive. I'm not 100% positive, but I'm almost positive, maybe like 90% positive that it didn't come with a ritual. The packaging. All of these boxes are very discreet for anybody who, just in case anybody's in the broom closet and they're not open about their practice and things like that, most of these boxes do come unmarked and don't say where they're from except for on the shipping label, which nobody cares about that, but there's no markings on any of the boxes. Again, except the Yuletide Goddess box. When I got it, right smack dab on the front of it, it said Box of Shadows. Very large, in fact. It covered the whole top of the box. So, or bottom of the box because the shipping label, I don't know. The shipping label was on one side, the Box of Shadows emblem was on the other side. Now, typically with the normal monthly subscription, they don't, like, they cover that up. So I don't know why all of a sudden for that box they just they weren't concerned about it. So whatever. But as far as, oh, I forgot about a topic. So as far as the shipping is concerned, it always this is how it came to me for the month of December. So I don't want to say it always comes to me this way because it may not always come this way, but Sacred Space Crate usually comes first. They're usually on the 1st or 2nd of the month. Then usually comes, so for the month of December, the Witch's Moon and the Witch's Roots came to me on the same day, after the Sacred Space Crate. Then came the Witch's Bounty. I filmed them all basically in a row. The Witch's Box was right, nope. So the Witch's Box came on the same day as the Witch's Moon and the Witch's Roots. I got messed up there. So, reverse, let's start over. Sacred Space Crate came first, then it was the Witch's Moon, the Witch's Roots, and the Witch's Box that all came in the same day. After that, the Witch's Bounty came to me. Then it was the Box of Shadows monthly box. After that, I got the Box of Shadows Yuletide Goddess box. And then last was the Sacred Izium box. Now I wanted to take a second. The Sacred Izium box came to me on the 21st of December. Now luckily, that was the first day of Yule. That is the first day of Yule. So it came to me in time to do the rituals and use the things that were in the box for Yule. But why are you shipping your box out so flipping late? Why? You literally take up, like, you don't send it out until, like, I have 1 week to use the stuff for the month that you ship it to me in. That makes little to zero sense to me. Why would you take so long to ship it out? Because then it's useless for that month, especially if you send me a box full of things that are meant to be used for Yule. Now, Yule is I think it was 11 days long. But still, if you ship it out so late, then I can't use it like the whole month. I want to be able to, like, prepare for everything and things like that. And it's unfortunate because Sacred Izium is like, it's a very, very good box. But when it comes so late, it kind of, like, sort of makes it more difficult to utilize the items in the box for the month, you know? So that's just my take on that. Now we get into the good stuff. So my favorite themes from this month, little list action here. We have Prosperous New Beginning, which was from Sacred Izium. It was all about prosperity and things like that. When I did that spell, because I did do it, and I did it on the 21st, so the first day of Yule, and it was wonderful, and it felt powerful, and it was great, and I was super excited about it. So that was definitely my favorite. After that, my favorite theme was, so my second favorite theme was the Serpent of Wisdom, which was from the Witch's Bounty, which was, I'll hold it up for you guys, which means I have to take it off, but that's okay. It was this guy. This was the pendant that we got in it. I just loved the theme. I don't know what it is about snakes. Like, I'm not a huge fan of, like, wanting to sit there and hold a snake, but a snake is, like, a very powerful symbol to me. So when we got this, I was very immediately drawn to it, and it was definitely a very, very cool theme for me. So number 3 is the Witch's Roots, the Sacred Goddess. I loved this, and it was really hard for me to place what I wanted at 3 and 4 and all that stuff. like and down. Like it was really hard for me to create this list because all of them were good. And like when you get to like the 5th and the 6th numbers or whatever, it's like, oh, she didn't like those as much. That's not freaking true. I just, they were all so good. So I feel guilty, but that was a good one because it was the first. So the Witch's Roots, the Sacred Goddess was good because it was the first box that I had gotten that pertained to a goddess, and I found that really interesting and powerful, and it was just really, really cool. So everything else had been about certain symbols and, you know, prosperity and snakes and, you know, things like that. This was the first one that I got that was about a goddess, so I loved receiving that. 4 was Reawakening, which was the ritual from the Witch's box. So the Reawakening ritual, you could reawaken passion or creativity or health or anything like that, and I loved that concept. Number 5 was Yule by Sacred Space Crate. The only reason that this is so low on the list is because I don't really know. Because I loved the theme. It was the first box I had gotten that taught me about Yule, so I loved it. And I really hate rating the themes because I love them all so freaking much. So I'm not really sure why it's so low on the list. It just kind of felt like that, to be honest with you. I don't really know. I feel really bad. It was not by any means a bad theme. I guess I just was intrigued by the other ones a little bit more. I don't really know. And then number 6 is The Guided Truth by the Witch's Moon box. That was based on tarot cards and tarot readings and things like that. The only reason that one is so low isn't because I disliked it or anything like that. It was just low because, I don't know, I don't use tarot cards that often. And I did go out and I purchased a book on how to, like, I wanted to learn a little bit more about tarot cards, specifically because that theme made me intrigued by it. So again, not a bad theme. I loved it. I was super happy with it. And then 7 and 8 are the Box of Shadows boxes. Again, the Yuletide box was all about Yule, and so I don't dislike the theme, but the items in the box, I don't know, I don't see how they pertained to Yule. So, and then the monthly subscription from them, I don't even know what their theme was. I think it was Yule, but basically the monthly box and the Yuletide box duplicated everything that was in it. Like I got bells in both, and I got journals in both, and I got like, so it was kind of like I got 2 of everything, and I was like, what does a journal have to do with Yule? What does a bell have to do with Yule? I think in the Yuletide box, I got a freaking Christmas card. It wasn't a Christmas card, but it was a greeting card for Yule. That was like apparently $6, and there was nothing fancy about it. I need to stop. Stop with the negativity. Draw it in. Get rid of it. So yeah, so that is the themes. My favorite items. All right, so here's what we're gonna do, right? I'm not gonna show you everything because you can go back and you can watch my other videos to see the items. So I will just tell you what my favorite items were, and I'll show you the one that I am currently wearing, and that's it. So it also happens to be number 1 on the list. It is the pendant by the Witch's Bounty. So the serpent pendant. My number 2 favorite product was from Sacred Space Crate, and that was the Yule log. And the reason I love that because it was a way to start a new tradition during the season for me and my son. So I really did love that. The number 3 is the little purple shell box. I keep my pendant, my goddess pendant, in there with the herbs, and anointed it with oils, and I keep one of my stones in there to kind of keep that feminine energy flowing in there to kind of charge the pendant. It is actually in there right now, and I love it. I love that that is the perfect little place to keep that pendant for me. So that was really special, and it's purple, which is my favorite color. So loved it. Number 4 is these two. So the shell and this one are kind of interchangeable for me. I couldn't decide which one I wanted where. But number 4, we'll just say it's number 3 or 4, is the Aura, I think it's the Golden Dawn Aura spray from the Witch's Moon. It smells like lemons. It smells so good. I spritz it around myself, and every time I do, I instantly feel lighter and happier and calmer, and like it's such a boost to my emotions. So I use it every day. It's like half empty at this point, and it's only January 2nd. So so I've only been using it for a month, and it's half empty. So number 5 was actually the herbs. So we got, oh God, rosemary and allspice, and they were in big full-size jars filled to the top, and that was my favorite from the Witch's box. Why? Because they put the effort in there to give you a crap ton of it so that you don't run out right away. It wasn't a sample. It wasn't just a one-time use for the spell that they gave you. They give you a lot, and I loved that detail there. So my favorite item from Sacred Isium is at number 6, and it is the actual Prosperity Vessel spell that they gave in the box. That, like I said before, the ritual in that, when I did it, was so powerful, and I loved it. I could feel the energy like radiating around the area, around my altar and everything like that, and I really, really loved it. Number 7 is the bell from the Yuletide box, Yuletide Goddess box from Box of Shadows. The reason I chose the bell from that box and not from the monthly box is because the bell in the monthly box kept breaking every time I rang it. So the one that was in the Yuletide box was actually bigger than the one in the monthly subscription, and it is actually very, very beautiful. I will tell you though that I've seen that bell in numerous other places and other websites, and so basically you don't have to be subscribed to the box or get the box to get the bell. So, and then the number 8 favorite item was actually the Modern Magics candle, the Yule candle from the monthly Box of Shadows box. Now, it came in like a 2-ounce jar size. It also came in like a 6-ounce or 8-ounce, whatever it was, in the Yuletide box as well. I just decided to put it as my favorite item from the monthly box because it does smell delicious. If you are a fan of candles that smell delicious and are energetically charged, because they do charge them, go check out Modern Magics. It's Modern, M-O-D-E-R-N, Magics, M-A-G-I-X.com. So good, so good.